So 10 laps is the distance. First of two last chance showdowns for the Dirt Car 358 Modified Series on track. Jackson Gill on the pole in the 60 with the 38 of Jarrett Herbison alongside. Chris Mackey in the 3 inside row 2 with RJ Tresidder in the 21R. Row 3, Brianna Ladouceur in the 15B, 74 of Luke Fuller. Row 4, Michael Mandigo in the 26, the 27W of Nick Webb. Row 5, Aaron Jacobs the 16, Steve Lewis in the 11S. Final row, Jordan Kelly, the 24. Do not see Jordan out there on track, so we'll go with 10 for this one. 10 cars, 10 laps the distance, 3 to the show. The rest will have to wait on provisionals and see what happens from there. Green lights are on and away we go. Jackson Gill and Jarrett Herbison both got great starts at that VP Racing Fuel making PowerPoint. And we're 3 wide for fourth. Nick Webb, a big move through the middle. He'll grab the 4 spot away from RJ Tresidder, and Lucas Fuller goes after Chris Mackey for the 3 spot already. Off of turn number 4 and back down to the line, it's Jackson Gill in control. Jarrett Herbison, Chris Mackey the top 3. Nick Webb flying on that outside lane right now. Lucas Fuller there for 5th. RJ Tresidder, Brianna Ladouceur, Steve Lewis, Michael Mandigo, and Aaron Jacobs. That's your running order as we work in lap number 2 this time by in this 10-lap last chance showdown. First of 2 on the night for the Dirt Car 358 Modified Series, and Jackson Gill trying to drive away. Been running big blocks all season at the Brewerton Speedway, had a solid season, a lot of strong runs back on home turf at Can-Am in a small block tonight, trying to fend off Jarrett Herbison and Chris Mackey for a transfer position. In the meantime, Nick Webb continues to work that extreme outside lane. Lucas Fuller is right there with him to try to challenge him though. Down the back stretch into turn number 3 and 4, RJ Tresidder in position number 6 with Ladouceur 7th. 8th is Lewis, 9th is Mandigo, 10th is Jacobs. 4 down, 6 more to go. Gill in command of it off of turn number 2. Herbison trying to fend off Mackey for the 2 spot. In the meantime, top 3 have broken away by about 8 car lengths over Lucas Fuller, who rides in the 4 position. Off of turn number 4, halfway home this time by. 5 down and 5 more to go. Jackson Gill trying to run away and hide. He's done a good job of that so far, but Jarrett Herbison, doesn't matter whether it's a heat race or a feature or a last chance showdown, he wants to win something. And he's closing in on Jackson Gill right now. Oh, Mackey gets into trouble in turn number 3 and 4. Something went on down there in corner number 4 with the Mackey number 3 machine. Got into the implement tires down there in the infield and allows Lucas Fuller to close the gap. So the battle for the final transfer spot is not over with as we work in lap number 7 this time by. 3 to go for Jackson Gill. Jarrett Herbison holds about a 2-car length. Got to make 2 car lengths up over the 60 of Jackson Gill as they work the back straightaway. Again, Jarrett Herbison, a little faster race car than Gill up off of corner number 4. He's got that bottom lane working for him, coming down to the line with 2 to go. Jackson Gill looks like the handling might be going away just a little bit here, as here comes Herbison off the bottom side of corner number 2. Down into turn number 3, about a car length and a half, separates the top 2 is Jackson Gill with the lead. Here comes Herbison again off that inside lane. White flag in the air for Jackson Gill. Yellow lights are on. Nick Webb with a problem in turn number 2, and he sees a strong run go away and a possible shot and a transfer position done in turn number 2. Yellow lights are on with 2 laps left to go. So, Nick Webb, the 27W, made some big moves early on to get towards the front of the field, sees it all go away, and he'll get pushed back to pit road. So that'll bring Lucas Fuller into the mix to try to challenge Chris Mackey for that final transfer spot. Mackey off of his first career win last week at the Fulton Speedway in Dirt Car 358 modified action. Brianna Ladouceur One of her first trips to Can-Am in a long time. Son Luca at home, 1-year-old. Watching mom trying to get into the show here tonight. She rides in 5th. RJ Tresidder, Michael Mandigo, Steve Lewis, Aaron Jacobs. That's your running order at this time. 50-50 tickets still on sale. Miss Thousand Islands, Miss Adirondack doing their thing down on the front straightaway too. But right now we got to settle the last chance showdown number 1 for the Dirt Car 358 Modified Series. Green lights are on and we're back underway. Gill to the inside lane. Herbison tries the crossover move off of corner number 2. He'll drag race down the back straightaway into turn number 3 with Chris Mackey right there behind him. Watch for Lucas Fuller. RJ Tresidder right into the mix now as well. Off of corner number 4. White flag in the air for Jackson Gill. Herbison doing all he can to get to that inside lane. He may have a run coming off of corner number 2, but Gill pulls away down the back chute. Car link separation between the top 2 drivers as Mackey trying to fend off Lucas Fuller for the final transfer spot. Off of turn number 3 and 4, checkered in the air. Jackson Gill's going to win it. Herbison will cross in second, and Chris Mackey gets the final transfer spot. Lucas Fuller, RJ Tresidder, Brianna Ladouceur, Steve Lewis, Michael Mandigo, and Aaron Jacobs will complete it. As last chance showdown number 1 is now complete. Jackson Gill with the win over Jarrett Herbison and Chris Mackey. Last chance showdown number 2 for the Dirt Car 358 Modified Series. Again, 3 to the show, 10 laps the distance. Matt Woodruff in car number 55. Bloomingdale, New York native will go away from the pole. Outside will be Bob Henry Jr. out of Clay, New York in the B2. Row 2, CJ Castelletti in car number 117, along with Dalton Slack out of Welland, Ontario in the 3RS. Row 3, Dave Flannigan Jr. in the 74 with Tommy Collins in the 713. Dan Beachard in the 36B inside of row number 4 with Derek Webb in the 66W. Amy Holland inside row number 5 in the number 5 with Matt Williamson in the 6M, and Ted Starr completes the field in car number 13. Matt Williamson out there in a backup car. This is his own small block car that he competes on the short tracks with. So he'll tag onto the tail of this one. He is the point leader coming into tonight. Green lights are on and away we go. Matt Woodruff with the lead. Dalton Slack on that high lane trying to find the way by into turn number 3 and 4. Bob Henry Jr., Tommy Collins, CJ Castelletti, they're all knotted up there from third on back as Dan Beachard pushes way wide into the corner, way up off the top side of corner number 4. He'll bring it back on the racetrack, though. In the meantime, Matt Woodruff setting sail down the back chute. He's got that lead. Dalton Slack, Bob Henry Jr., the top 3. Tommy Collins trying to move in, as well as Derek Webb and CJ Castelletti. They're all right there trying to challenge for a position with Dave Flannigan Jr. in position number 6. 2 laps are down, 8 more to go, so a long way to go in this one. And Matt Woodruff driving away from the field. Picked up a win, his first one in a long time at Mohawk earlier this year. The journeyman driver out of Bloomingdale brings his machine off of corner number 4 and back down to the line with about a 5-car length advantage over the 3 of Slack. Bob Henry Jr. trying to close in as well. Henry right there with him off of turn number 2 and down the back straightaway. Derek Webb trying to get into the show. Webb holding on to 4th. Tommy Collins there for 5th. CJ Castelletti, Dave Flannigan, Dan Beachard, and Matt Williamson complete the rest of your field as we cross the line for lap number 4. Matt Woodruff doing a really good job holding that inside lane. Car looks really stable on him down into turn number 3 and 4. Doesn't get the car all out of shape as we watch the battle for position number 3 between Derek Webb and Bob Henry Jr. as Woodruff sets sail in front. Dalton Slack, Bob Henry Jr. the top 3. Derek Webb is doing what he has to do. He's trying to close in and take the spot away from Henry, but it's not working out so good right now with 6 laps complete, 4 more to go. Matt Woodruff taking his time up off of turn number 4. He's got that car working really good in that inside lane as they work in lap number 6 with 4 to go. Dalton Slack still there for 2nd. Bob Henry Jr. in that final transfer spot to 3rd. Derek Webb still fourth, followed by Collins in fifth. Castelletti holds on to sixth. Then it's Beachard, Flannigan, and Williamson in that order. 3 to go for Matt Woodruff. Dalton Slack has done everything he can to try to run down the race leader, trying to get that spot away from Woodruff down the back straightaway, but he has not yet closed the gap into turn number 3 and 4. Off of corner number 4 this time by. We'll have 2 laps remaining for Woodruff. Woodruff keeping that car nice and straight through turns 1 and 2 and down the back straightaway, and it's starting to pay off for him as we got a battle for the final transfer spot now. Derek Webb made a big move on the high side in turn number 2, closed to within a car length on Bob Henry Jr. up off of corner number 4. White flag in the air for Matt Woodruff. Top 2 have driven away. The battle is on for the final spot. Here comes Derek Webb and a big move on the high side through corner number 2. Webb can't get the look he wanted up off the corner as Henry pulls away by a car length and a half. Checkered flag in the air. Woodruff is going to win it. Webb's going to give it all he's got into turn number 3. Won't happen. Dalton Slack will cross in second. Bob Henry Jr. will go to the show. Derek Webb, Tommy Collins, CJ Castelletti, Dan Beachard, and Dave Flannigan Jr. will complete it. Ladies and gentlemen, that does it